Friends who's sitting there in the second row, my opportunity to embarrass you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you to everybody who's made it. And it's a Saturday night, I'm sure people could have had other plans. And we all appreciate your presence here. Smita, you're doing a fabulous job. And this is not the first time that I've told you this, because you are actually getting voices together. You're getting cultures together. And the way I look at it is, words are one thing which, it sees no barriers. It's not about South Asia, it's not about any continent, it's just words. And maybe I'm a poet, maybe I'm cynical, but I think language and literature don't need to see barriers. And I hope, and I have a sense of where Vani is just after just having met with you and having spoken with you, and I get a sense that's where it's headed, and I'm really proud to be a part of this organization that's using words to empower women, using words to bring any kind of awareness in this world, and I think that's amazing. And I wanted to share something with you guys. I don't know how many people in this audience knew about it. When Smita was deciding on the title of the book, she sent me a very formal yet very warm email. Let me just put this here. It gets awkward. She was like, Shweta, one of your poems, I wanted to use that as the title of the book. Is that okay? I was like, dude, are you joking? And of course, it's an honor more than anything else. But you know what? Having had that conversation with you, and today when we all unravel this book, and holding the book, the product in your own hand, and it just brought back memories of that conversation. So this is a special honor and will always remain very special. Thank you so much for that. Just wanted to share a few poems with you all, as Smita very generously spoke about my books that came out this past summer. I'm going to read a couple of poems from my book called Kaleidoscope: An Asian Journey of Colors, and the other one is called Because All Is Not Lost. Given Smita was talking about South Asia, cultures, perception, all of that, this book is basically, it's sort of a niche poetry book. It talks about how Hindu women, given I'm Hindu, that's the culture I can speak for with confidence and with experience, how Hindu women deal with colors in the closet. In that, let me elaborate just a little bit. Societies decide colors for us. A Hindu bride wears a red, or a Hindu widow wears a white. But what about the emotions that a woman goes through? Who are these people who decide these colors? And I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm just trying to strike a conversation. And I'm just basically thinking out loud. Who are these people who tell us that green is the color of fertility? So the first poem I wanted to read, and let me backtrack. Color is such an interesting concept. Probably Mrs. Mayer could add on to that color doesn't just exist in the wardrobe or in the mindset of a South Asian. Color has a very important role to play even in the Western world. I mean, a bride wears a white gown, and there's the symbolism attached to it. And as we grow older, as little girls, I can speak that a little girl growing up in New York versus a little girl growing up in New Delhi, for instance, pink is the color of childhood. And as you grow older, I don't know what happens. It's culture, it's your own experiences. We all start seeing colors differently. So I'm going to read two poems from this book. First one is called Innocence Comes in Pink. And this is a very universal poem which any girl, a pre-teenager, I would say, in any place in this world would be able to relate to it. Well, at least I hope so. Oh yeah, I think I got an applaud right there. Innocence comes in pink. I'm 6 today, and my limbs feel all grown up. My tonsils are ready to be evicted from their home. Like the stallion, indifferent to the refuse it leaves, I'm cool with the imprints left behind by candy on my teeth and gums. I'm not boy crazy yet. I feel giddy, but from running around and chasing my own shadow. I see no shame in kisses planted on my cheeks by my family. The color of my soft lungs, untainted by worldly pleasures, resonates with the wardrobe of my best friend, Barbie, and the hope of my favorite animal, bake the pig. When Daddy tells me Grandpa is the star in the sky, I take out my Wonder Woman transport, my bike with a pink ribbon, and ride through optimism to bring him back. The next poem is called The Talisman, and it is one of my own favorite poems. As an artist, I can tell you, we are so harshly and unnecessarily critical of our own work. But you do something, you paint a piece, you write a song. Rita's not here. I would have asked her, which is your favorite song? When did you finally learn to respect your own self, kind of a thing. Even as a writer, most pieces you tend to be very critical of yourself. But some things happen, and I think maybe it's your inner voice that connects with the writer in you. There's some magic that happens, and some things here, according to me, need to be left unexplored. And for me, this was the poem. This is the poem where I went on a journey from where I went from being just a girl who's confused about the customs that I was introduced to, and I went from being a girl into a woman who respects the traditions that I was brought up into. The Talisman. Through countless arguments, 3 generations, 65 years of marriage, and travel across 4 continents, the eternal silver tea set stood in my face. In an apartment with just enough room for my thoughts to breathe, it touted its own space. I part admired, part envied its confident, elegant body, and the love handles that had aged with perfection despite my neglect. At times, I dreamt of tossing it into the horizon, so the unison of the blues would engulf it, but my hands felt manacled. I thought, maybe it would sense my abhorrence for it and disappear, or maybe not. Like a mole on the hip, it stood unmoved, sharing history of the hands that had caressed it, the hearts that had seen the future in it, the lips that had tasted the nectar brewed inside, the souls it sewed together, legendary women from my family tree. Just going to read a couple of poems from my other book that came out this summer. It's called Because All Is Not Lost. And what I hoped, or rather I strived to achieve with this book was, as cliche as it sounds, that I think the easiest